if on Saturday you want to wear booty shorts and a crop top and shake ass on top of a car, and then on Monday you go to your corporate job and you're dressed in business casual, all covered up, then you have the power to do that. Duality, bitch. That's being woman. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Ami. I'm really excited about today's video because we're going to be getting into stepping into womanhood, embracing womanhood, and all the good things about that. So let's just jump right in, okay? I wanted to talk about this today because I have just been coming into the realization that I love being a girl. Like, I love being a girl. When I be doing my makeup, I'm like, yes. When I be doing my hair, I'm like, yes, you know. And another thing, like, I just love when I look at other girls and I'm just like, guys are so pretty. Like, I just feel like everything about us is just tea, you know. For one, being a woman automatically means you're special. Everything about us is special. We are literal goddesses walking this earth, and if anybody tries to tell you different, don't listen to them, okay? So I have my notes off to the side, so if you guys see me looking away, that's what I'm looking at. But I feel like we deserve the world. Like, we literally have the capability of pushing babies out. That simple fact is already enough, like, literally. And then we bleed every month. Like, y'all know this. We're all girls. Like, we know what the fuck we be having to go through. So it's just like, why shouldn't we be treated as if, you know? I feel like a lot of the problems that we have when it comes to men is because 9 times out of 10 men are jealous of women. And I'm not trying to make this like about men, because this video is not about them at all. It's about us. But that's just the truth. They don't like us. Their egos cannot handle the fact that we are as special as we are. I mean, it is scary out here as a woman for sure. But I think we just need to realize as a collective the power that we hold, because we hold most of the power. Like, literally, why else would they be trying to keep us down as much as they've been trying to over the years? Like, it just doesn't make any sense, you know? I feel like it's also really important to point out that the men that are jealous of women aren't real men. For one, the men that argue with women aren't real men. The men that find a way to disrespect women every day are not real men. A true man is not intimidated by a woman's presence ever. Okay, so we should find men and surround ourselves with men, if possible, that appreciate women, that respect women, because we deserve the most utmost respect possible. Again, we're goddesses. Like, how else are you supposed to treat a goddess? Yeah. So yeah, I just felt like I just needed to remind some of the girls that you are the prize. Stop putting these men on a pedestal. You are the pedestal. And that's just that on that. Let's move on. So for context, I'm 22. I'm going to be 23 this December, right? And I feel like now that I'm a young adult, I'm in my early 20s and stuff like that. I feel like I'm just now really starting to, you know, step into womanhood for real, for real. So because of that, there's a lot of like mini identity crises that I was experiencing over the past few years, you know, and I'm sure that a lot of you guys can relate to that. Like, I'm not the same girl that I was when I was like 18. I'm not the same girl that I was when I was 16. But I am very happy with the person that I am right now and the person that I'm becoming. And I feel like that's because I did a lot of work, you know, and I'm still doing a lot of work. And it's hard. It's really hard trying to figure out what type of woman that you are. And I think the problem be, we look at other women or other types of women and we try to put ourselves in those boxes, or we just try to put ourselves in boxes, period, when the reality is there's no need to put yourself in a box. You are who you are, and that's just that. You create your own box, bitch. Like, create your own box, create your own aesthetic. Like, stop trying to be like other people. I'm sure y'all have heard that so many times before, but it really is true. I feel like you have to also accept the type of woman that you are. If you see a lot of women doing certain things and you're looking at them and you're like, damn, I wish I could do that, but it doesn't feel right to you to be doing those things or acting that way or dressing that way or whatever, then stop trying to force yourself to act that way or be that way if it's not you. If it doesn't fit, then it just doesn't fucking fit. And that's okay. Especially in this day and age where we have a lot of influencers and stuff like that. I feel like that's cool, but it can make you feel small. You know what I mean? And I think that plays a lot with a lot of our confidence and our self-esteem and stuff, which I don't think is really healthy for us, especially when we start comparing ourselves to these girls or we look up to them. It's okay to look at another person and aspire to be like them and get motivation and inspiration from them. Keywords on inspiration and motivation: not copying, not comparing, and putting yourself down. Like, those lines can be easily blurred. You can admire another person without making yourself feel small. You can look at another girl on Instagram and be like, oh, I really like her style, and then just keep it at that. Don't let yourself go down the rabbit hole of, oh, I really like her style. I wish I could dress like that. I could never wear that. My body would not look good in that outfit. And all of those negative things. Like, why are you doing that to yourself? You know what I mean? I have done that to myself sometimes. Like, I'll look at another girl and I'm just like, oh, I wish I could like take pictures like her, or I could like dress like her and do my makeup like her, do my hair like her. When in reality, you are not her, and you never will be her. You are you. And there's a lot of other qualities about yourself that another girl is probably looking at you like, oh, I wish I could be like her. You know what I mean? It's just like, I feel like it's just torturing yourself for no reason. What I have learned to do is, instead of comparing myself and making myself feel small, I realize that the people that I find on social media or just in real life that I tend to like gravitate towards as far as like admiration and stuff, they have qualities that I have in myself that I just haven't tapped into yet. You get what I'm saying? And when you shift your mindset to think of it like that, then you can start working on yourself, right? You can start working on yourself and start trying to tap into those qualities that you admire from that other person. Because what other reason would you admire that from another person if it's not already in you? And also, a lot of the times, the comparison can turn into jealousy and hate. I've never been the type of person that comments negatively on anybody's stuff. Y'all need to get it together. The way women attack each other on social media baffles me, and I be embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. Again, this is a video about being a woman, embracing womanhood, appreciating us as women because we are beautiful creatures on walking this earth, right? But we do have our flaws. We do have our flaws. And jealousy, envy, judgment, all of those things are a really big part of that. And you see that in a lot of different dynamics. You see it on social media. You see it in workplaces. You see it in school. You see it everywhere. You see it between older women versus younger women in a corporate space, for example. I've experienced this, not necessarily corporate, but just in a workspace. An older woman would always just be super mean to me for no reason, just because I'm younger and I present myself a certain way or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure other women can relate to that. It's really weird. It's really, really weird, but we need to fix that, like, immediately, because I don't like that shit. I really don't. I don't like how y'all get on social media and just because a person is a celebrity and they're having relationship problems, you guys be so quick to judge them. So quick to judge them. Be like, oh, she needs to leave him, da-da-da-da-da, like, you're stupid, da-da-da-da. But you are in the same fucking situation, if not worse. The only difference is nobody knows because you're not famous. Let's learn some grace. Let's have a little grace with each other. Let's learn how to give people tough love without being mean and nasty. Okay? And at the end of the day, she's gonna leave. And if she doesn't leave, then she doesn't fucking leave. How does that affect you? It's not your friend, it's not your mama, it's not your sister. And even if it was, at the end of the day, it really does not affect you. Because you're not doing no better in your relationships, are you? No. You're not. You took that nigga back from cheating. 15,000 people just didn't know about it. Look, we've all done it. Like, it's nothing to be ashamed about. We've all had mistakes, and then it's like y'all don't even be y'all don't even be putting into context that these women be the same age as you sometimes, and you're still, and then they be young and you're still judging them. Like, we all have to learn our lessons when we learn them. Everybody goes through the journey their own way. Like, you cannot rush somebody else's lesson. Okay, I know you learned it already, but just because you learned it doesn't mean it's their time to learn it. Another person is going to take them to hit 40 before they learn a certain lesson about relationships. You learned it at 22. Thank God I did. But thank God that's my story. But it's just like, it is what it is. That's just how life is, okay? Like, you can't be mad. Like, just show love, support, and put positivity out. I don't understand the negativity that y'all like to spew on social media and in real life. It's weird. I've never been that type of person. I will never understand it. If you don't like something, just scroll. If you don't like a person, don't follow them. Like, literally, y'all do too much. I just had to put my girls in check for a second. I'm sorry. But let's move on. So another thing I want to get into is feeling pretty, beautiful, and sexy and all of that, and what that does for your confidence. Go get your nails done. Go get your eyebrows done. Go get your lashes done. Go get your hair done. Go get waxed. But if that makes you feel pretty, if getting your nails done doesn't matter to you, then you don't have to do it just because everybody else is. If getting your eyebrows done doesn't make you feel pretty, then don't fucking do it. Do what makes you feel pretty. Me personally, I like to have my hair done. My hair is my priority. Other girls, their nails are their priority. Other girls, their lashes are their priority. It does not matter. As long as you're making sure that you're taking care of you on the outside, I promise you things are going to be better. Because you could be going through it, but bitch, at least you look good and you're going through it. You know what I mean? Like, at least you feel pretty. Like, that's just like a glass half full moment, but that's just real though. Like, at least you look good and at least you feel good. Y'all not finna tell me life don't be a little bit better when you got yourself together, when you look put together. And I think looking put together is extremely important as a woman. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I do step out in that bonnet. I do step out in that bonnet. But that's just on days that I just don't be giving a fuck, you know? That's just on days when I just gotta do like a little quick run to the beauty supply store or something. I feel like the beauty supply store is like an automatic no judgment zone. We all know what we there for. You know what I mean? Like, we finna get this shit done anyway, so yeah. But my point is that, like, I'm trying to get myself to stop doing that, because you really never know who you're gonna meet when you go outside. Like, yeah, you just going to the gas station, but I mean, who's really at the gas station you want to meet? Scratch that, never mind. If it's just like a quick little 5 minute, 10 minute, okay, cool. It don't really matter. You don't have to always do something when, like, you don't have to always put yourself together when you're stepping outside. But I do think it's important to make a habit of that for majority of your time when you do go out. You know what I mean? It just makes you feel better, period. Like, it's really about you. It's really not about the other people, but it's really about you. I just feel like, you know, be cute. Take time getting ready in the morning. Like, take time to do your hair. Take time to have like a everything shower at least once a week or once every 2 weeks or whatever. Shave, get waxes, like whatever maintenance that you feel like makes you feel good about yourself. Like, make sure that that's a priority in your, you know, schedule. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's important. Don't let nobody tell you it's not important, because it is. It's very life changing. It is. And then there's the whole topic of like femininity and what it is to be more feminine, and people wanting to be more feminine and step into their soft girl life and shit like that. I just want you guys to see that the whole femininity thing is a trend, right? And the intentions behind it is cool, but I think a lot of y'all have lost the plot. The femininity thing has a look to it, has an aesthetic to it, but the truth is that's not really what y'all think it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a lot of people try to put out there that being feminine is dressing a certain way, the clean girl aesthetic, French tip, you know what I'm saying, short lashes, all of those things, pink and bows and modesty and all of those things. This is how I feel about that. I feel like, yes, that shit is cute, but that's not what being feminine really is. Femininity is like an inside thing. You get what I'm saying? Femininity is like grace. Femininity is supporting women and yourself. Femininity is putting yourself first as a woman. Femininity is realizing, like I said in the beginning of the video, you are the pedestal. Do not let a man convince you that he is above you in any way, shape, or form. Okay? You're the prize. That's what femininity is to me, personally. I feel like it's also motherhood, and then it's also not wanting to be a mother. I feel like femininity falls into so many different categories because there's so many different types of women in this world. So I think y'all need to stop thinking that femininity just looks like one thing, essentially, is what I'm trying to say, because it doesn't. Femininity is just whoever the fuck you are. You were born a woman and you're feminine already. Like, stop trying to be like, oh, I want to be more feminine. If you feel like you have more masculine traits, then that's okay. You're still a woman if that's what you want to, you know what I'm saying? If that's what you want to be considered as. And I do want to point out also, if you are part of the LGBTQ plus community and you want to identify, if you weren't born as a woman and you want to identify as a woman, at the end of the day, gender and all of those things is a social construct. So my point here is, it's whatever the fuck you want it to be. Like, that's just my point. It's whatever it looks like to you. Genuinely, it really is. Like, obviously there are some things that are strictly feminine and strictly masculine, but sometimes something that's masculine to another person might seem feminine to another person. Obviously, again, there are certain things traditionally that are strictly masculine and strictly feminine. I would say a strictly masculine trait would be considered being the provider of the household. However, just because you are a woman and you happen to be the provider of your household does not make you any less of a feminine woman. And then on the other side of that, I feel like a strictly feminine trait would be magnetism. Like, you just receive. You just sit back and things just flow to you as they should. Obviously, that's not going to be the case for every single thing in your life. But I think for the most part, you should want to get to a point where you are just receiving, because that is what you deserve as a woman. But at the end of the day, both of these traits overlap. Balance is an important thing here. You can have both traits and still be fully a feminine woman, because you're a fucking woman at the end of the day. Whether it's you in the LGBTQ plus, if you were born a woman, if you're not born a woman, if you identify yourself as she and her, bitch, you're a woman, okay? I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. My point here is, if that's what you want to be considered as, then that's just what you are. Womanhood, femininity is what you want it to be. So don't let somebody convince you, oh, that's not feminine, this is not feminine. Like, no. It's feminine because you want it to be feminine. We can even talk about this in the aspect of clothes, right? And aesthetics, as far as like how you want to dress up and shit. I feel like a lot of people try to paint femininity as dressing more modest and the clean girl aesthetic and all of those things, right? Like I said earlier, the French tip, the short lashes, all of those things, the soft makeup, whatever. Personally, I feel like wear what the fuck you want to wear. Do your hair how you want to do your hair. Do your nails how you want to do your hair. Bitch, if you want 25, well, I ain't gonna lie, I don't like the 25mm. That shit do be looking a little crazy. I did have lash blindness in the beginning when I first started wearing lashes. I ain't gonna lie, y'all do need to let that go. Collectively, we did that, and we should, keep it that way. But my point is all of that, like, separating the different like aesthetics and stuff like that, as far as like long nails, I still think long nails are cute as fuck. I just don't wear long nails because I have extremely short nail beds and they're not gonna last on me, you know what I mean? But they're so cute. Just because it's deemed as, like, I feel like people will try to say wearing long nails is like ghetto or whatever, bitch, fuck them. Whatever, certain things that y'all consider ghetto is still feminine, because guess what? It's the ghetto girls that are wearing that, and the ghetto girls are still fucking girls and they're women, and they still deserve the fucking respect that any other woman deserves. You get what I'm saying? Like, y'all try to compare, like, y'all try to like put a person like Sexy Red, for example, versus a person like Lori Harvey against each other, and say you would say Lori Harvey embodies the feminine aesthetic more than Sexy Red, but the reality is that's not true. Sexy Red is still a woman. Y'all really finna sit here and tell me y'all don't be 5 deep in the Nissan Altima blasting her music on the way to a day party and shaking ass? Come on. That's girlhood, is it not? It's still being feminine. Like, you're still being a girl. Do you see men doing that? Like, men that are heterosexual, do you see them doing that? No. Shaking ass is a girl thing. I mean, kind of. Like, she's still feminine. Megan is still feminine. She's shaking ass on stage and 20,000 people are watching her. That's still feminine. Lori Harvey is going to Pilates and yoga and all of these things. Still feminine. Both are feminine. They're just different types of femininity. They're just different types of aesthetics. Whatever you decide to fall into is up to you and what feels more natural and authentic to you. Okay? Okay. So stop trying to put other women against each other and be like, this girl is more feminine than another. No, that's just not how it is. Okay, guys? Like, it's not. Girlhood, womanhood looks different for everybody. If you feel like being modest and dressing modestly makes you feel sexy, then you feel sexy, and that's just that. Like, you still look good. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you are the type of woman that likes to show a little cleavage, or you want to show a little ass for your outfit today, whatever the fuck, who the fuck cares? You're still a girl. Like, you're still feminine, but you just like to wear those things. I also really feel passionately about this because I'm the type of person, I do like to show skin a lot with my outfits. I thrive in the summer. I do. The less amount of clothes I have to put on my body, the better. But a lot of y'all like to say, because women dress a certain way, they don't love themselves. Now, of course, that can be the case for certain women, but I'm here to tell y'all that's not the case for some women. Some women just like the way it looks. The same way you like the way it looks when you're fully covered up, another woman likes the way it looks when she's showing some cleavage. Like, that doesn't make her any less of a woman. And sometimes it really don't got shit to do with a man. I promise y'all. I can say for me personally, the way I dress has nothing to do with a man. I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I'm like, yeah, that's cute. I'm not worried about what another man is thinking when I walk outside. I don't give a fuck. I truly am saying that. I really am. And I've been this way. But if that's not authentic to you, then that's just not authentic to you. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you want to present yourself as a classy girl, then present yourself as a classy girl. Present yourself as an elegance and whatever the fuck you want to present yourself as. We can, and then also, you don't have to only be one thing. If on Saturday you want to wear booty shorts and a crop top and shake ass on top of a car, and then on Monday you go to your corporate job and you're dressed in business casual, all covered up, then you have the power to do that. You can do that and you can still be authentically you. Duality, bitch. That's being woman, okay? Like, literally. So y'all just need to shut the fuck up. That's just what I had to say about that. I also feel like, back to what I said earlier too, trying to figure out what aesthetic fits you more should not be about what you feel like is going to attract a man. If you feel like, oh, again, back to the modesty and the clean girl aesthetic, to be like, oh, that's gonna attract these type of men, bitch, stop doing shit for a man. First of all, first and foremost, that is, if you want to be more feminine, If you want to be more feminine, that's the first thing you need to stop doing, is stop doing things for another man. Because that's another pattern that I've been seeing about the femininity topic and shit, is y'all center it about men. Like, y'all still make it about men when it has nothing to do with that. It should not have anything to do with that. It's about you, how you feel about you, and how you want to present yourself to the world. What makes you comfortable. When you look in the mirror, how do you feel about yourself? When you're talking to people and you're interacting with people, are you presenting yourself in a way that feels comfortable with you, right? Not about how a man or other men are perceiving you. Y'all need to let that go, because I promise you, whatever aesthetic that you decide to fall into or create for yourself, because you can still create your own aesthetic. You don't have to be a specific aesthetic or whatever, or type of woman. Whichever one you decide to be, there's going to be a man for you. And you want to know how I know this? Because them anime bitches, they be coupled up. They be coupled up. I'm talking about holding hands in the tutu, and the emo makeup with the tail. They be coupled up, okay? If you go to Georgia State, I have so much respect for these hoes. Like, I swear to God, if you go to Georgia State, right? Georgia State University in Atlanta, y'all gonna know what the fuck I'm talking about. When you be in a green space, y'all not about to tell me that y'all don't see them girls and the guys that dress up like anime characters on a day-to-day. They don't be coupled up holding hands. If I can find a video, y'all, I'm gonna insert it. But I remember sitting in the green space, and it was this couple, giving anime couple, okay? They in the grass, cuddled up, like in front of everybody, without a care in the world. Like, they hugging each other, like they in bed, like in the grass, not giving not one fuck. I'm telling you, if that bitch can find a man, you can find one too. Just if you feel like you can't find a man just because you had your titties out, then bitch, I'm telling you, it had nothing to do with the fact that you were titties out. It has nothing to do with that. It's just because that just wasn't the man for you. Like, that's just what it is. There's somebody for everybody. There's somebody for everybody, okay? Once you stop caring about what other people think and like how other people see you, the things that are actually for you are going to start naturally coming to you. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're sitting here mad because something didn't work out, but the thing that didn't work out with whoever, right, didn't work out because you weren't presenting yourself authentically. You tried to be another person when you met them. You attracted a person based off of who they thought you were. Obviously, it's not going to work out because that's just not really you. It just never works like that. Be who you are. Be who you are, bitch. Like, they don't be playing when they say authenticity. You know, when you're authentic and you're showing up authentically as yourself, authenticity is the truth.
We're going to be talking authentically about authenticity. I guess my first question is, how do you authentically show up in a way that's authentic to your authenticity?
Well, I mean, first and foremost, thanks for having me here.
Yeah.
When you're trying to be understood so that people understand you, it's better to speak in a way that is understandable.
Yes.
That's how people sound when they talk about that, like, literally. But anyways, that should be real. Just be yourself, bitch. Be yourself. Like, stop trying to be like other girls. If you're not a Jada Waiter, then you're not a Jada Waiter. That's just that. She's her own person. She's her own person. And you're your own person. That doesn't make you any less tea. Like, bitch, you're still tea. The fuck? You just tea in your own way. Like, come on now. Come on now. And again, like, stop making shit about a man. Like, for real. Or just period. Because obviously there's, you know, people that don't date men. They also date women and stuff like that. I feel like another part of growing into a woman is realizing that romantic relationships should not be your whole world. Like, honestly, I can say this because this is the space that I'm in right now. A relationship is the least of my concerns right now. Obviously, it would be nice to have one, right? But I'm just being smarter about it. Like, I feel like, why would I put myself through a relationship with another person if I'm not even whole within myself first? Of course, it's something that I would want. It's okay if you're a lover girl. It's okay if you're a relationship person. It's okay if you do want to get married, if you want a lifelong partner. That's fine. We're humans. We want companionship, right? But focus on you first. I'm not saying that self-love replaces romantic love, because it doesn't. Okay? You can still want those things. It's okay to still want those things, but focus on yourself first. Keyword is first. You're not going to have a successful relationship with another person if you're not whole within yourself, because you're going into shit expecting that person to make you happy, when in reality you should already be happy and content within yourself. That's a crazy expectation to put on another person. And then that person should meet you there. Y'all both should be trying to work towards yourselves. Y'all both should be working to be happy within yourselves, and then y'all come together and grow together. That's how I feel like shit should go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not interested in looking for a relationship or anything like that. It's gonna come to me when it wants to come to me, when it's time for it to come to me. You get what I'm saying? And then relationships also teach you about yourself. So stop. Well, I'm not gonna say stop being sad about shit not working out, because bitch, you gonna be sad, bitch. I done been heartbroken before. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, you do have to change your perspective on it. Like, not everything is supposed to last. People are here for a season. Y'all heard that before, but motherfuckers just be lessons for yourself. Like, it's teaching you something about yourself. Like, that's literally what the fuck the shit be. And y'all be like jumping from relationship to relationship. Did you ever try to be alone? Did you ever try to truly be single? Because I will say that is a space that I'm in right now. I'm telling y'all, months, damn near like 8 months maybe at this point, fully single, not even entertaining anybody, not texting nobody, nothing, just working on myself. And it's the most peaceful I have ever been in my life, because I have just gotten to a point where I'm not doing anything like to seek another person's validation. Like, do y'all not see how powerless that can make you? It's like, you need to get yourself to a point where if something is not working out for you, then you're strong enough and okay with walking away. You're content with yourself, with being alone for a while until you're not anymore. You get what I'm saying? Like, a relationship, having a family, all of those things, they will come to you. Calm the fuck down. Like, you're literally young as hell. Like, I'm assuming the people that are listening to me are around my age range, but it's just like, a relationship is not everything. You should be wanting to, you need to be focusing on the shit that you need to do for yourself. Okay? Now, there's the girls that want to be a housewife. That's fine. Be a housewife. But the ones that are doing it smart, they being a housewife, but they still got their own shit going on the side. They're just provided for. You get what I'm saying? They still got their own shit. They still either I would hope, you know, the smartest way to go about that is make sure you got your little degree in whatever the fuck you wanted to do. Educate yourself. Learn a trade, learn a skill, go to school, make some fucking money yourself. Do not let somebody make you dependent on them. Like, that's the biggest mistake that you can ever do, because they will hold that over you. All of these things that I'm saying is like ways that a man can trick you into putting him on a pedestal. And if they're on a pedestal, then you're always like shorting yourself on shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're not being there for yourself and you're expecting another person to be there for you. Why would they do that if you're not even showing up for yourself? And like, don't take girlhood for granted. I feel like there are a lot of women that, you know, struggle with keeping or having like genuine female friendships. If that's you, then you need to look internally first, okay? You need to look internally first, and you also need to look externally. But always look internally first. What is it about you that makes it to where you are not able to keep relationships with other women? Because I feel like girlhood is so important, and that's something that like I cherish so much, and I'm actually very, very grateful that I have other girls in my life, women in my life that I can share experiences with. You know what I'm saying? Because who else is gonna understand you better than your friends, for real? Like, they're gonna be there when that nigga not there no more. They're gonna be there when you first meet that nigga, when the nigga break up with you, and then you fall in love with another nigga. And then you fall in love with another nigga. They're gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Girlhood is important. Getting ready together with music, you know what I'm saying? Calling each other, being like, girl, what you finna wear? Because I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna wear. You know what I'm saying? Running late to the function every single day. Hurrying up, trying to take the shots before the Uber get here. Those things are very important. They're very small, but they're very important. As a girl, you should experience that. Every woman should experience that. Even if it's just one girl. You only need one friend, for real. You don't need hella friends. Like, I don't know who convinced y'all that y'all need to have this big ass group of friends. It's really not that serious to have a big ass group of friends. Just find one person. Shit, if it's your sister, then it's your sister. If it's your cousin, then it's your cousin. Whoever you can find and have a genuine strong connection with that is a woman, also cherish that, nurture that. It's important. Okay, it's very important. So we're gonna shift gears a little bit. I also want to talk about expressing yourself creatively. I think that is another very, very important thing that I've been kind of realizing lately. I feel like when I was younger, I used to be so creative. Like, I had all these ideas and like all this life, and then like as I grew up, some of those passions kind of went away. Some of those passions turned into other passions. But this has been the year where like I've been remembering some of the things that my inner child used to love, and I've been trying to tap back into it more. And I just have this strong urge to express myself creatively, whether that's taking pictures, if you feel like you want to model, if you want to express yourself creatively through fashion, through nails, through your hair, through your makeup, whatever it is, through art, through drawing, through writing, whatever the fuck, all of these things are art. If you feel like you want to express yourself through your makeup, then do that, because makeup is art. If you feel like you want to express yourself through your hair, do that. Hair is art. I'm personally, that's one of my ways that I've expressed myself since I was like a teenager, since I fell in love with doing hair and stuff. I expressed myself through hair. I changed my hair so much. So much. I have a different hairstyle, and it's always based on what I feel inspired by in the moment. You know what I'm saying? And now that I've been learning how to do my makeup reflects how I feel right now in the space that I'm in, the headspace that I'm in. I'm really loving the little dark feminine, dark liner, all of that shit, wing eyeliner. I'm loving that right now because that's kind of the space that I'm in right now. And that's what I'm doing. As far as like outfits and stuff like that, I'm wearing things that make me feel good. All of these things are creative. If you are a writer, write stories. If you're an artist, draw. If you make music, music is another art form that I express myself creatively with, except I'm not musically talented. I just like to consume it, which I wish I was, but it's okay. I just really like to consume it. So if that's a way you need to express yourself and you make music, make the music. Do whatever the fuck. Like focus on your hobbies, focus on your passions. It's going to give you more substance in your life, and you're going to feel more tapped in with your femininity. I promise you. And bitch, if you can make a coin from it, do that. If you can make a coin from that shit, do that. That's another thing too. Get that bag. Focus on that bag. Literally. Like, literally. Another part of womanhood that I want to get into is our menstrual cycles, our periods. Bitch, I be feeling like that shit trying to take me out. I ain't gonna lie. I be feeling like my period be trying to take me out. Like, it be so bad. And I've always had, like, a really bad period, which I should probably go get checked out. Because there are a lot of, there are a lot of things about our periods that tell us about our health that we need to start paying attention to more. But I'm not that educated on that, so I'm not going to speak on it. However, what I have recently learned is how we should start planning our weeks and our months and our lives based on our cycles. So our cycle has 4 phases, right? The first phase is obviously the menstrual cycle, when you're bleeding. During this time, you should really prioritize resting and recovering. Give yourself permission to fall back on shit, and give yourself that permission. It's okay. You need to bleed everything out. You should, you know, think of it as like a fresh start, like a new year, even though it's like every month. But like, just think of yourself, think of your body, getting rid of everything from the past. You're entering a new phase. That's how you should plan around, like, when you're bleeding, which I'm trying to start getting into that more, but I be forgetting, I ain't gonna lie. But let's just be more intentional about that together. We're gonna do it together. Now, right after you bleed, it's called the follicular phase. This is where you're going to have a lot of more energy, and this is where you should plan to be more productive and start planning things, brainstorming, all of those things. You're gonna notice that you're gonna have more energy to do these things anyways, right? Right after you finish bleeding, right? Then when you're ovulating, your third phase is your ovulation phase. This is when you feel a lot more social, you feel a lot more magnetic, you feel a lot more confident. Okay, sorry, my light just died, but like I was saying, your ovulation phase is when you're gonna be feeling a lot more social, a lot more confident, a lot more magnetic. So you should plan to like go out more, go on dates, you know what I'm saying? Like, do the social things, because this is when you're gonna be really feeling yourself for real. Get cute, go out, do what the fuck you need to do. And the last phase is your luteal phase. This is when you have, I feel like the luteal phase and when you're bleeding are like the lowest you're going to be during your cycle. So this is also another phase where you should really be focusing on your self-care. You should like wind down, like prepare your body to start bleeding, because this happens right before you start bleeding. Like you notice that your body starts to get less energy, and you don't feel like doing shit. And give yourself permission to wind down, to focus on things, focus on yourself, take care of yourself, right? I feel like if we're more intentional about planning our lives around our cycles based on whatever your cycle is, because just because you're not bleeding doesn't mean you don't have a cycle, because I know some girls don't bleed, but you're still gonna go through these phases regardless. Like, every month you're gonna go through these phases. So regardless if you bleed or you don't, try to figure out when you're try to figure out, like, based on your mood changes and stuff like that, figure out when you're going through which phase and plan accordingly. It's okay. Like, you're a woman, you need your rest. We bleed, bitch, we bleed. I just feel like our bodies could have just dropped the egg and left without all the extra shit, but that's just me though. Because I be getting the cramps, I be getting the mood swings, I be going through it. I be feeling like it's bitch, I don't even know. I don't even know. But yeah, so just be more intentional about planning around your cycles. And the last thing I want to touch is motherhood. Motherhood is a part of womanhood. However, not every woman is going to experience motherhood. Now, I want to say this. I'm not a mother, so I don't know what that's like. Well, I do have my dog. So I guess I am a mother. Yeah, I'm a dog mom. I'm a proud dog mom. That's my baby. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That's my baby. That's my baby. I do think that we should all, you know, even if you don't want to physically have a baby, you should try to take care of something like a pet or even plants or something like that. Even if you know you're not a person that is good with taking care of things, you can get like a very low maintenance plant. I think that's a little, you know, something to help you tap into your femininity a little bit more. Taking care of something outside of yourself does very much ground you in a way. But as far as motherhood, being a mother is an experience that I do want to, as far as like having a human child, right? That is an experience I definitely want to experience one day, being pregnant and all of that. However, for me personally, it needs to make sense. I want to be very, very intentional about who I have a child with and the family that they come from and everything, right? It needs to make sense for me and what I want my life to look like, and I have very high standards when it comes to that. Now, if you found yourself in a situation where you ended up having a child with somebody that you don't really think is ideal with what you would have wanted, that's okay. But if you haven't done that yet, then I think it's very important, especially now, because we see it happen so many times. Like, be careful. Be careful. A child, being a mother, being pregnant, it should be a beautiful experience, right? If that's something that you want. If you don't want that for your life, then that's completely fine. Like, literally, you're okay. You're okay. You don't have to want that. I'm telling you right now, you really don't. I understand women that don't want to experience that. I recently saw a video about a study done on women that don't want to have kids, and how even though people view them as being selfish for that, their reasonings are actually selfless, which I completely agree with. Not saying that if you want to have kids, you are being selfish. However, like I said, I still want to have kids my own. See, that's my child right there, my baby girl. My baby girl, her name is Rarity. That's my child, literally. But like I was saying, I want to have kids in my future too, but all I'm saying is I want to make sure, and I want you guys, if you can, to be intentional about how your experiences is going to be. Obviously, you can't control everything, but as a woman, you should have the most peaceful pregnancy. Okay? Pregnancy, giving birth, postpartum, it's all very traumatic. You should be being treated like a queen by the people around you. Okay? Do not put yourself in a situation where you're stressed out and crying because of the person that you decided to have a child with and they're not treating you right. It's just like, it's just not fair. You don't deserve that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like, you're literally about to give birth into this world, and I really hate to see women going through bullshit when they're carrying somebody else's child. Like, I hate that. I hate that a lot. So yeah, that's just my point about that. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I can't wait to keep doing more. I felt very passionately about this. Yeah, your art, you're beautiful, you're a goddess, you're special, you're the pedestal. Take that man off of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, you're tea, you're everything. Like, stop letting people make you forget that. And that's really all I have to say about that. I guess I'll see y'all later. Bye, y'all.